The Department of Homeland Security has been making social media posts using imagery from Halo.
Is that what we're starting with? We're starting with the first of all, how old is this video? Hold on, how old is this video? 2 days ago. 2 days ago. And they're throwing a bitch fit about DHS posting fucking memes. Christ in heaven.
To say it's a disgusting dehumanization of people would be an understatement.
We already know where this is going. We are 25 seconds in, and they call it a disgusting dehumanization of people. Guys, it ain't that deep. They're fucking memes.
In the post on Twitter, the DHS describes immigrants as the Flood that needs to be destroyed. The Flood is the parasitic enemy featured in the Halo franchise that takes over host bodies and can only be eradicated completely by firing off a Halo ring, which wipes the galaxy clean of life. Unfortunately, as of this writing, Microsoft has yet to take a stand against the government using its own IP in this way.
They wouldn't have any case for it. What do you mean? Unfortunately, Microsoft, they can't do shit. You can't fucking charge me for memes. If I make a Halo meme right now, Microsoft can't fucking sue me. What do these dipshits think can be done?
Marcus Leto, the co-creator of Halo, and Jamie Greisemer, who is one of the chief designers of the original Halo games, have though. Even though they most likely have different political stances based on what I can tell from their interactions online, they agree that this is wrong. In an interview with Stephen Totilo from GameFile, Leto said it was abhorrent, and it really makes me sick seeing Halo co-opted like this. Greisemer, who isn't exactly a fan of the left based on his post on Twitter, said, "Using Halo imagery in a call to destroy people because of their immigration status goes way too far and ought to offend every Halo fan, regardless of political orientation."
Bitch made. Both of them are fucking bitch made. Get over it. They're fucking memes. They're fucking memes. Alright, boomers gonna see these memes or whatnot and they're not even gonna know what it means. Move the fuck on. Nah, if we're talking about an affront to every Halo fan, let's go back to that goddamn TV show. Let's go back to Master Cheeks. Let's talk about how you had Homeboy take off his fucking helmet and fuck Flood spies.
I personally
Or
find
Covenant
it despicable.
spies, whatever.
The Flood are evil space zombie parasites and are not an allegory to any group of people. This isn't the first instance of ICE and DHS using a video game property to promote their propaganda either. Back in September, they used Pokémon to
I don't remember. I don't remember the left freaking out when fake video game footage was used. Or I mean, the video game footage was real, but the story was fake. When video game footage was used to promote Russia bombing Ukraine, dude. I don't know if you guys remember this story or not. CNN ran actual footage of, I believe it was Counter-Strike 2, and they tried to pass that footage off as real-life footage of Russia bombing Ukraine. I don't recall a lot of outrage then. Seems like it's only a problem when the right does it.
Nintendo told Polygon, "We are aware of a recent video posted by the Department of Homeland Security that includes imagery and language associated with our brand. Our company was not involved in the creation or distribution of this content, and permission was not granted for the use of our intellectual property."
And you can't do anything about it because it was done in a transformative way. Sucks to suck. Oh, was it Arma 3? Yeah, okay. It was. You're right. It was Arma. It was Arma, not Counter-Strike. You're right. It was Arma 3.
What's truly telling about all this, though, is how the crowd that is always raging about how politics shouldn't be in games are cheering this on. They seem to not.
Because the politics aren't in the games. This is like bro, is he this retarded or is he this disingenuous? I'm not sure which. Yes, politics shouldn't be in games. But games are pieces of the cultural zeitgeist and can, in fact, be used for memes. Absolutely.
Understand, or not care about, the difference between a private company running a politically adjacent event to support a cause their employees, the people who made the game you're playing, believe in, and the government straight up co-opting a media property to push its own propaganda. I don't think I need to explain to you why this is a slippery slope to go down.
It's not a slippery slope. It's not a slippery slope at all. Memes are fine. Jokes are fine. Statements are fine. Again, you wouldn't be bitching at all if this was being done the other way around. No, if under the Biden administration, he posted a Halo meme and it was directed at MAGA, this video would not exist. I goddamn guarantee it. So you don't even need to pretend like you care about the slippery slope argument.
But having just covered how EA is selling out to Saudi Arabia and Jared Kushner, who is the son-in-law of President Trump, we're going down a dangerous path very quickly. The same people cheering this on will surely be left aghast when the government ends up trying to decide what games you can play, what games can be made, and who can make them.
You mean kind of like they already are doing? Or are you conveniently leaving out how taxpayer dollars funded certain very left-wing video games? Are you talking about how taxpayer dollars and grants from the government went into creating and funding organizations such as Sweet Baby Inc. And then Sweet Baby Inc. then would alter and change and fundamentally dismantle video games to inject their political propaganda into them? It's funny, again, only in one direction. The government has already been influencing video game development for a while now. Across the world, mind you. Not just in the US, but across the world. Now, do I like that? No, not in the slightest. But I am going to call out this double standard.
I mean, the government is already taxing you without representation because Congress has relinquished the power of the purse.
Now these dumb motherfuckers that wanted to tax the billionaires and the millionaires and whatnot are trying to be all taxation is theft. He's out here bitching about the government co-opting gaming when he's co-opting right-wing talking points about taxes. Holy shit.
So, what's to stop them from controlling the media you consume?
They already do!
Normally, writing that might be seen as fear-mongering, but in this current environment, where the government is pushing companies to take comedians they don't like off the air, banning books from libraries, and going after the funding of blue state.
Notice, right here, boys, right here, genderqueer. Yes! Yeah, that should be fucking banned. That's pornography.
It doesn't exactly seem far-fetched, considering that the vast majority of the games industry, as with any artistic industry, is more progressively aligned. Seems like a matter of when at this rate.
Good.
The future that these people envision is an industry where games are created by AI and therefore made by an entity that they don't politically disagree with.
Nobody actually wants games made by AI except for fucking Elon Musk. Get the fuck out of here.
A market that isn't free and removes the games, studios, and people they personally dislike. An entity that they can completely control to make whatever this slop is. Companies are investing billions of dollars into AI, and people like Elon Musk are claiming that they'll be able to replace game creators with AI-developed games.
Good. I mean, do I want AI-made games? No, not at all. But look, the reality is the world is headed towards AI. Governments are investing in it the world over. Tech companies are investing in it the world over. And you know what? If we can use AI to automate the process and get rid of fucking middle management, which is the most unnecessary aspect of any job aside from maybe HR, then I don't give a fuck. Do I want my games entirely made by AI? No. But if that happens, oh well. There's millions upon millions of video games that weren't made by AI. Enough to last a backlog several fucking lifetimes. Yo, shoutouts. Thank you for remembering for 1 month, Kaya. Appreciate you being here. Says it's shocking.
Openly stating what kind of future they want, and putting the stepping stones into place to make it happen. But let's not let the companies and studios off the hook here. What's particularly galling to me is that companies like Microsoft have raised money off the back of progressive ideals for years now.
Yes, you're right, they have. Actually, no, they haven't. Because these leftists and these progressives and whatnot didn't actually spend the money. Alright? It was gay for pay capitalism, and everyone who thought for even a moment about it knew that it was just a virtue signal. Microsoft didn't give a fuck about queers. If they did, they would change their logo in Saudi Arabia as well during Pride Month. You fucking loser.
Year, they've been running events in support of various groups and events. Pride, Black Lives Matter, you name it. And now that the government has used Halo as a propaganda tool for ICE recruiting, which is promoted by an administration that directly goes against the ideas that Microsoft and its studios have supposedly stood for, they're silent.
They never did. It was always propaganda from Microsoft. This dude is over here shocked that Big Daddy Corpo didn't actually love him. Like to him, he is the fucking, he is the simp that has sent $10,000 to his favorite gothy mommy e-girl, only to find out she's texting other dudes and she'll never actually play with his pee-pee. Holy fuck.
I'm not naive. I'm aware of the rainbow economy concept Darren has talked about in the backdrop, and how companies support progressive ideals when they're in for their own economic gain and performance. However, the people working at or under these companies have been loud about their support for things they believe in.
No! They've been loud about the support for shit that they say they believe in because that's what is good optically.
And the silence right now is deafening. Whether it's fear of online pushback, Microsoft threatening to terminate jobs, whatever it is, it's troubling as fuck that there's not a visible and loud denunciation of the use of the Halo IP, or any IP, in this way. It's damning that people and companies are willing to raise money off the backs of the people who support them, but when—
What do you mean raise money? He keeps saying raise money like Microsoft is some sort of fucking charity organization. Dude, it's a fucking business. It is a business. This dude wants the communist utopia and doesn't realize that under said communist utopia, he would never get a fucking video game again.
their employees
Shout
are
out,
targeted
Nadia.
by mobs led by ambulance-chasing YouTubers, they're nowhere to be found. When the government uses their IPs to push a message of hate and division as the companies themselves promote unity, they're letting it go unchallenged. Microsoft and Nintendo are massive companies. If they wanted to push back on this, they would. Industry professionals give big speeches at
Wow, it's almost like a corporation acting like a fucking corporation and doing what they can to, make money isn't a bad thing.
award events that gain millions of views. Leaders like Phil Spencer give flowery interviews talking about how important inclusion and different perspectives are in the industry. So, where's the collective action? Where's the pushback?
You're right, different perspectives are very important. And after the last decade and a half of only showing us one perspective, the perspective of the left-leaning, not even left-leaning, the full-on communist Rainbow Brigade wanting to put fucking trannies in every single video game ever made, after having them dominate the cultural zeitgeist when it comes to video games for the last decade and a half, maybe, just maybe, if different viewpoints are so important, we can throw a bone to the right-wingers out there using Halo memes about ICE.
Where are the courageous leaders of the industry speaking up to defend the ideals they supposedly so staunchly believe in? Because if you think Halo and Pokémon are the only games the government is going to use in this way, you're naive.
I want the government to use more. I want to see Department of Homeland Security use Sonic the Hedgehog and Metal Gear. You know what? I want them to find a way to fucking put Fallout in there. Dude, when we have J.D. Vance running for president in 2028, I want him to be using Fallout memes to show that Ocasio-Cortez or whoever he runs against, like, the world that we would get if we got them as president would lead to fucking Fallout New Vegas or something, or lead to Fallout 3. Just, like, show pictures of the Capitol Wasteland and be like, do you want AOC as president? I'm all for it. Let's go.
In fact, they're not even hiding it. In an email response to independent games reporter Alyssa McConaughey,
Bro is about to use Alyssa as an unironic source. Let's go, son! Holy shit!
the government openly states they're going to use any medium they can to get their messaging across, including more of your favorite IPs, and I'm going to assume they'll be doing so without permission from those IP holders.
Y'all remember when Dave Grohl tried to virtue signal? He was like, they were using my song at a Trump rally, and I never gave permission from that. Yeah, because it's not your song. The fucking record company holds it, and it, owns the song, and the Trump administration paid the licensing fee, which is general, normal, standard practice. No different when a TV show uses a licensing fee to put a song. You think that when they make, like, episodes of Supernatural, and AC/DC is in the fucking, is in the episode, that, like, Eric Kripke in 2005 had to call up Angus Young or anyone from AC/DC and be like, can we use Back in Black in our episode of Supernatural? No, you dumb bitch. Warner Brothers just paid for the fucking license. That way it can be used in the show.
We will reach people where they are with content they can relate to and understand, whether that be Halo, Pokemon, Lord of the Rings, or any other medium. DHS remains laser focused on bringing awareness to the flood of crime that our criminal illegal aliens have inflicted on our country. We aren't slowing down. Is the industry going to just roll over for this too? How long before Microsoft...
They're not rolling over. They don't have a say in it. It is literally not anything to do with the gaming industry. Here's what the gaming industry needs to do. Shut the fuck up and make games that people want to buy because you're a goddamn business.
Starts putting ICE recruiting ads directly on your Xbox dashboard or in your games. Again, there is a big difference between a video game studio choosing to put a pride flag in as a cosmetic that you can freely ignore in their own video game. And
you can ignore memes too. I don't know if you're aware of this. You can ignore memes as well.
And the federal government coercing or putting pressure on a company to promote their propaganda.
They didn't put a pressure on... Oh my god. Show me where the government put pressure on Microsoft to use fucking Halo.
For years, the prevailing message has been to ignore the trolls. Don't respond to them, and they go away. But they didn't go away. They built their audiences, their influence, and now some of these people are in the highest positions of our government because of the lack of challenge and accountability. And the billionaires that control.
Bro, I bet he's real upset spaghetti that Mick Gordon, the guy that did the music for Halo, is running for office as a Republican.
All of our media are complicit in what's currently happening. Look, I'd much rather spend a few minutes telling you how much I love Bollocks Pit. But the industry not taking collective action against this, the endless firings by greedy executives, and the constant targeting and harassment of people working in the industry is beyond disappointing. Pushing back is uncomfortable. It puts a target on your back for people to attack your credibility, your name, your company.
Bro, you ain't got any credibility. You used Alyssa Mercante as an unironic source.
Your income, and whatever other ways they can try to get to you. But if you're not willing to stand up for your ideals, what's the point of standing up at all? The next time a powerful company wants to take a stand on something, we should remember this moment, and those that were happy to take your money, your time, and your support, but not willing to risk painting a target on their back when the target was already on yours.
What a fucking loser of a video. Holy shit. Alright, so yeah, look at the dislike ratio, boys. 2.1 thousand dislikes. Let's read some of these comments. Remember, kids, you might not like dealing with politics, but really politics is going to deal with you. I resent the idea of hell because it leads people not to punish while still in our midst. We should not wait for flames of afterlife. Evil people must make it. Let's see. I don't care about the comments. Alright, gonna drop a dislike. Here you go. I'm gonna send you guys the link as well in case you want to dislike it. What a great fucking video. And by great, I mean great for me and my content, because holy shit was that hilarious video to react to. I don't even know. There's nothing else to say. I got all of it out there. Guys, gaming industry, here's my plea to you as an avid gamer. Don't listen to dipshits like this. Keep making games. Quit making games lame and gay and full of trannies and pride flags and shit. Just make cool shit that the regular, average, everyday individual wants to buy. Remember who won the popular vote this past election, which means remember what the majority of the citizenry think. Think about the new Prime Minister of Japan and what direction she falls on the political spectrum. And when you remember all that, realize the majority will play and buy games that are, made for normal fucking people. And that's how you get your money. The virtue signaling clearly doesn't work.